I will now make a statement as the President of the General Assembly on that item. Excellencies, let me begin by recognizing the leadership of Ambassador Cornel Furuta, Permanent Representative of Romania, and Ambassador Matu Joini, Permanent Representative of South Africa, as former co-chairs of the ad hoc working group on the revitalization of the work of the General Assembly. Revitalization remains central to the strength and credibility of this Assembly. We thank you both, dear ambassadors, your excellencies, for your stewardship of this process during the previous session. Today, the revitalization process unfolds against the backdrop of a broader reform agenda, the UN 80 initiative. These two efforts are intertwined. Both aim to make the United Nations more effective, more efficient, and ultimately stronger. As a chief deliberative, policymaking, and representative organ of the UN, the General Assembly must lead by example, showing that it too can adapt to the challenges of the 21st century. Business as usual will not suffice. We need fewer repetitive resolutions, shorter debates, and smarter scheduling. No more resolutions for resolutions' sake. Only the resolutions that propel our work, that deliver on the UN's mission to promote peace, development, and human rights. By optimizing our methods and processes, we can work smarter, deliver faster, and ensure that every decision of this Assembly drives real impact. Resolution 79/327 charts the course. It calls on each main committee to review its working methods and propose concrete measures to enhance efficiency, including merging similar agenda items to avoid repetition, reducing the frequency, length, and number of resolutions, using biennial and triennial cycles where appropriate, by limiting explanations of vote to 5 minutes, and simplifying adoption procedures, one gavel, one decision, all texts. These recommendations, so your recommendations by member states, would help shape a General Assembly that is not mired in bureaucracy, but equipped to respond to global challenges with agility and coherence, an Assembly ready for the scale of its responsibilities. But unless these reforms are implemented, they remain just words on paper, just another resolution. Colleagues, on this I must be candid. We cannot preach on Sunday that we need fewer resolutions, then proceed to submit one for consideration on Monday. And this is unfortunately taking place. We've seen the main committees put forward resolutions for 3-day conferences with no budget attached, fully aware of the fiscal situation we are debating at the same moment. We have seen over 160 side events during High-Level Week, despite the call for less, or by some even the call for no side events at all. And we have seen already 3 or 4 high-level meetings submitted for consideration for the 81st High-Level Week, with 4 for each of the 82nd and 83rd, despite the decision of this Assembly, so by all of us, to limit this to a maximum of 3. While we all want to protect the things we care about, each of us must make concessions in this time of reform. If we do not make the hard decisions, others, less passionate about or even in opposition to this institution, to its mission and its mandates, will make decisions for us. This holds true also for the office of the President of the General Assembly. As underlined also in the resolution, the workload and expectations placed upon this body grow, so too do those placed upon the President and their office. Revitalization must therefore extend to the OPGJ itself. In the 80th session benefited from an early, seamless handover from the 79th, allowing us to hit the ground running. Yet the volume of work remains immense. Our high-level week featured over 7 major meetings in just a few days. The remainder of the session will see nearly 20 intergovernmental processes and multiple mandated high-level meetings. And the total number of resolutions has barely changed, many nearly identical to those of past sessions. Colleagues, again, this is not sustainable. And it's contradicting the call, especially from smaller missions, that they cannot be at 3 meetings at the same time. So transitions matter, preparation matters. We must ensure each presidency is set up for success. I therefore thank all member states who have supported and continue to support the OPGA during this session. And I encourage continued investments in the OPGA Trust Fund and the Fellowship Program, and sustained attention to policies that strengthen this office to meet the growing demands. Excellencies, dear colleagues, we all know the months ahead will be demanding. So it needs all of us, and it needs our team spirit. We are indeed better together. The UN80 initiative, while spearheaded by the Secretary General, increasingly depends on you, the membership, your engagement, sometimes your personal engagement, like we just discussed in the other session. Likewise, the selection process for the next Secretary General must be a shared priority by all of us, given the important role played by the Secretary General in the context of current global challenges. The revitalization resolutions have introduced significant improvements to the selection and appointment process of the Secretary General, and the UN membership has provided clear guidance therein. Resolution 79/327 defines the principles and process steps for the upcoming selection and appointment. I'm working closely with the President of the Security Council to ensure that this process is inclusive and transparent, in line with Resolution 79/327, including the joint letter inviting member states to present candidates. I look forward to working with you on this process unfolds. Excellencies, whether on reform, budgets, or procedures, difficult decisions lie ahead. Our task is to ensure that this Assembly is ready to meet them every day. Revitalization is not procedural housekeeping. It is institutional renewal. Let us work together to define a General Assembly that is not repetitive, fragmented, or procedural, but a General Assembly that is strategic, coherent, and focused on outcomes. A General Assembly that is better together. I thank you.